Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Ooh-ooh-ooh-ooh. Ooh-ooh-ooh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, guys, we're gonna react to some videos. I know it's kind of weird that I'm doing this, but I'm gonna try to do my best to actually react to some of the videos for you guys. So we're gonna be reacting to some videos that I never normally don't watch that often, but we're gonna try to see some weird animation here. So let's go to Furry and animations. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I don't know how to fully react. So we are gonna be watching the I'm thinking that we should watch, hold on guys. I'm gonna see if there's something kind of really creepy here besides the alright, so we're gonna react to the Pokemon League illegal dog fighting Pokemon animation. Sounds kind of weird. Okay, so looks like Ash is just throwing a Pokemon ball. Oh gosh, and Pikachu's huge, and it looks like Squirtle. Oh, with just one lightning strike. Brock's like sitting in the chair, like there's nothing wrong. What the heck? Yeah. These are pretty weird. Like, there's people like just doing some weird crap. And there's a guy like with a golden tooth and just an eye patch and like blonde hair. And the guy just throws another Pokemon ball. Oh jeez. It's a rock and then oh gosh. So it looks like Ash is really getting mad at like the other dude that's like fighting him. Poor Bulbasaur. Oh, oh my gosh. So yeah, there's a little bit of really a lot of fighting, and it looks like the dude just got Sh what? The heck? Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a link to seriously watch this video because you're gonna say, "What the actual?" It's just weird and funny. Okay, copy. But I don't know. It's just funny. Okay. Like, what the heck? It was just, like the I mean it's funny because like you don't know how to fully kind of react to, oh geez. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Oh my gosh. They look so different. Porge. Oh my goodness. Like one Pokemon is just really trying to be like super happy. Oh geez, and they talk. All right, let's watch some weird stuff, you guys. Let's watch this because like I never seen these. Oh my gosh, they're probably gonna be really highly bad. What? Whoa. Okay, that reminds me of Naruto, like so fast. Okay, because like the because because Charmander did the thing like Naruto would do, like if he was multiplying. Oh my god. So like he's okay. Oh no, poor Pikachu. Oh my god. Ash, don't poke him in the eye. Oh. Brock looks so old. And he's hugging him. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is really terrifying. Oh my god, you guys. Uh, I don't know how to react to the fact that they put him on. I mean, like, they should have made Pikachu, like, in the right actual spot and be like, I don't know. Like, I love Pikachu like crazy, and I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering who my favorite Pokemon is Pikachu, like, fully. And Pikachu is one of, like, the most amazing Pokemon that is, like, full up to challenges, really energetic, like, I mean, his lightning strike is just so powerful that it lands hard down where it's on whoever if it's James and Jussie or like one of those characters. um but this one is on it's uh, it is so weird that this thing came out, okay, 2017. This one came out probably 2018, I would imagine. So we're definitely gonna watch another thing because like that's just really kind of weird. Oh jeez. Is there a way to open? Isn't it play? All right, so I'm reading the transcripts because I don't have any volume to like hear all this, and there's some swear words in this, so I'm just like waiting for. That's right. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so in the whole entire like season of the like Pokemon series, okay, I'm gonna explain to this. So in a Pokemon series that is like fully just like short episodes, they have this like I mean they have like realistic Pokemon, but this time they killed uh Centipede. Yeah, it was Centipede, and they like killed Centipede like a crazy amount of times, and so they were like, "Oh, we need food." So basically, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Oh yeah, so it is Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, and they go. Oh jeez. So there was the thing, like they have these like episodes where they're very short, and my favorite episode that has to be was when they kill the centipede off because like I mean she was like really super like really mean and just nasty to Squirtle and to Charmander and just like Bulbasaur, and I was just like really getting mad the fact that they did not want to kill her off the show, which is like, because Centipede is like one of the like popular Pokemon that you can catch in a Pokemon Go game. And that game is pretty easy and simple. Honestly, it's just too easy and simple. So what I'll do is sometime I'll give you guys a huge demo on that game. Which will be more than likely on Friday, like morning. um Alright, sorry guys, I'm hearing car doors and stuff like that. Oh. So anyway, so as I was saying was they have like, all these episodes like where they have like, the characters fully leaving and then you're like, okay. You know, like I mean, it's just hilarious. And so now so Bulbasaur has a centipede on his head. All right, so now we are literally she actually were that doesn't help me. Squirtle, what do you know where that is? I can't believe this is happening. Okay, these transcripts are hilarious. They are just I mean, these are definitely for teenagers to like watch, definitely, because this show has no swear words like in this episode. Hold on, I'm looking around to find if there's any swear words in this because it's because like there's a lot of things that you guys don't know that's out there, in YouTube industry. um so anyways guys, so that's like how they're the episodes are hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at some weird stuff that like it was pretty cool. I want to react to a show. I'm gonna react to some of like these random shows that I like watched before, but I'm gonna go ahead and react to them too for you guys because a lot of people are like confused on what shows I have watched. So we're gonna react to Salad Fingers. All right, so Salad Fingers is one of the best, like scary animations that kind of like just kind of made everyone cringe like crazy. So I loved Salad Fingers. I think it was twisted me to honestly. Hello, I like Rusty Spoons. and I like to touch them. The feeling of rust against my solid fingers is almost orgasmic. Must find the perfect spoon. Uh, hello, this is so twisted. I love the episodes. Like, okay, there's a lot of episodes that I'm gonna try to react like fully. I thought this was I'm here to inquire you about your spoons. So, Solid Fingers is definitely the most twisted cartoon that I've ever watched. No, the reason why I think that Solid Fingers, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I think those were the most twisted shows that I've ever watched in the YouTube industry. The reason why I'm saying is because, like, it's awesome that it's twisted, but it's also wicked that there's a whole bunch of episodes that just like blows your mind away because the storylines are pretty interesting if you guys ask me. So I'll explain like basically what it's like to watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared first episode. So there is this orange character and there is a red character and a blue character. Now the characters have different kind of ideals of life, like I mean like actual life, and the storyline is just pretty insane. So there's a book called The Notebook. So you're thinking of Blue's Clues kind of, but this one is like where they, sing colors and then it gets pretty honestly twisted. The reason why it gets really twisted is because there's like black oil falling onto the notebook. Everything gets like bam, like really messed up. And the most messed up situation in the episode that I've actually watched of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared was that there was he was like, oh, there's pie. Like he was like really wanting pie, and it was like one of those kind of like bad days. But when he cut the pie open, it had human body parts, and I thought that was the most twistedest episode, and that is called cannibalism, and it means that you're basically just eating humans while they are technically kind of like basically dead, but like there's serial killers that actually just kill them and just like put them into really like crazy things. So they call it cannibalism. And I've I was just like, I was listening to, my friend talk about it because I never heard about cannibalism before until I fully listened to what his idea was. And my idea was way different compared to his. So that kind of explains the story. But the story continues on. So like the next episode is I mean like you guys will be like terrified for your life. It is the most twisted good stories that will just make you kind of want to think about more. Like, is there gonna be another series? Is there gonna be more stories? Is there gonna be fear? Is there gonna be twisted stories that are gonna be like too twisted to even watch? Like, I really want to know what the creators are honestly thinking about what they're gonna do if they ever create more episodes because they're from England, and I think that the most craziest thing is that most people that are twisted are actually from England. And now I'm like amazed about that because there's a lot of people that create, twisted things that you guys probably didn't know about. Like for instance, hold on guys. I'll give you some good examples that are very twisted. Like, okay, Llamas with Hats was the most twisted cartoon that was, like it was good, but the storyline was just really interesting. Charlie the Unicorn was very strange, and like my my thought was that the series is just kind of, confusing. So, there's a lot of really, really, really twisted cartoons in the world that, kind of makes you want to think, okay, what the heck did I just watch? It's just funny. And so there's other things that are twisted to me that I've watched. And I honestly thought the most twisted is cartoons. Okay, so I'm gonna look up gory cartoons because like it's a topic that I'm gonna be talking about right now. Um it's just, there's a lot of very, very scary cartoons that kind of makes you want to run, like, I mean, like, clear your head out. And honestly, it is very twisted. And the most twisted is, like, I mean, show that I ever watched was Happy Tree Friends. Now, why Happy Tree Friends? Because what they do is that there's a dad and a baby, and they pretty much like the dad is bathing the baby in the sink and the baby gets stuck in the sink. Now the leg when they he turns on the faucet to clean it out the system to unclog the faucet, the blender just like blends his legs off the baby and pretty much like kills him that way. No, the dad is feeling guilty, and so he's feeling pretty, he's feeling pretty messed up, like, just doing that. So that was really a messed up thing that was just really terrifying. No, another really good terrifying story that made you kinda want to, like, say, "What the actual heck?" So, the, um I really thought no, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into some movies that I thought were really good, but really, like, kind of like, wow, how are they doing this? Like, how are they creating these movies and how are they creating these shows? So there's these, I loved the series of Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken is one of my favorite animations because it just makes you kind of like think, okay, it's full of amazing actors and actresses, and they're all, they're acting pretty stupid, but at the same time, they're trying to give you comedy. They're trying to give you like, creations of ideas, how to, create crazy ideas. I mean, like a lot of them. So, you know, there's just that, and honestly, it was very, shocking for me to honestly watch some at like, very terrifying cartoons as a kid. I I kind of grew up on watching the movie Saw, which is like 1 through 8, and those were the best movies that there is because the storyline is pretty interesting if you end up watching the actual stuff. Now, for me, it's like, okay, I'm over watching some really like confusing shows, like kind of way scary for kids to even watch. So I've watched a show called Attack on Titan as well. And Attack on Titan is an animation that is very like insanely gory. Like it's just insane, and the reason why it's very insane is because the story itself is very terrifying. So there's these people that are basically just like humans, and they end up, they live in a world where it's like, what's going on here? Like they see gigantic monsters, they see, like, I mean, gigantic monsters that are just humans. I mean, with a human body, muscles, and like it's very strange. And so one of the characters kind of gets, like, okay, like I'm gonna get eaten alive. That's that's it. What to expect? Because like I watched a lot of these things, and honestly, there's so many of like episodes of Attack on Titan. There's a lot of episodes of I really loved um I'm still I'm gonna be starting to watch the Big Mouth series very soon. I just have not had a chance to watch it, but I've heard the stories are very funny and it like, represents pretty much my, like a lot of people, I bet like 100%. So, we're gonna be watching some really random stuff here, which is like, because a lot of people always like wonder, like, what did you, okay, hold on. Uh, I'm gonna react to something else, guys. So hold on, like, give me like 5 minutes to find a video. So there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's impossible. That's impossible. Because there's, this episode I watched yesterday, which was an animation that I kind of thought was like, oh my gosh, like what just happened, Um, and I thought it was all pretty much hilarious to me, which was, all these animations that are just, very like new. And honestly, there's, all these animations that I'm just still now trying to watch, because like everyone has like, oh, you seen this or oh, you seen that, like really? You seen all that? Like, because a lot of people was kind of like, make fun of me because I already seen, so many shows of like, all the weird stuff. So we're gonna look up some really, really crazy cartoons here. Gory cartoons. No, I really, really, really thought the most goriest cartoon that I ever watched, like for in my teenage years, which was just, I don't know how to fully explain. That was very life changing to me. That I think that should definitely deserve a award. um, that should really deserve a lot of things. Uh, which is so I don't know if you guys know this story, but there is a story about the um wow. There is a story about Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh is like I don't know how to fully explain it. So Winnie the Pooh is, like the friendliest bear. You guys always like all you guys all think of that. Well, there's actually a twisted point view of Winnie the Pooh. So Winnie the Pooh is basically just a psychopath. He kills a lot of people, like kills Piglet, Eeyore, Tigger. I mean, like a whole bunch of like whole bunch of them. And honestly, like I keep on thinking, why? Because it's an actually in the actual comics that he actually kills the his friends in the like in the comics, but they don't kill him. They don't kill the characters in the movies or the books. But like in the comics, because he was a comic character at first, um, which is I learned a lot of history thanks to my uncle. He's the one that knows a lot of things about comics more than I do. He's my lifesaver when it comes to these things. So it was very surprising that most of these cartoons are very messed up. um, I think that uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys one of the most kind of cartoon that I've like seen so many times, which was the Ren and Stumpy series. Like I watched the kids one and the adult one, and that one was pretty interesting. Like both of them are pretty interesting to watch. 'cause, like, like, I don't know how to explain them all, but, like, there's so many gruesome things. Okay, so Blood Sea was very amazing. It's one of the best animation series that I thought that was pretty cool. And this one was like it was about a girl who only just has her dad. Her mom's not alive. She has no siblings, and she tries to find her dad, and her dad is right, sitting there like, okay, this is pretty, easy to talk, like he's basically just like the ninja warrior, and so she learns how to be the ninja warrior to take over for her father, while her father is basically just really sick in the future. So she's trying so hard to keep everyone alive in her city, in her state, you know, which is pretty amazing. And the show was just like, whoa. Like, I also thought that I love Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul was one of my favorite, like, series that was really kind of like intense. Because the reason why it was so intense because there was, you know, so as I was saying was like, there was just a whole bunch of things that were like pretty insanely glory scenes. Now I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about some really intense animation that I've actually watched so many times that were so there's a lot of things that are just very, you know, uh all right, so now we're gonna talk about my favorite stuff here and go animation. Okay, so there is a lot of amazing kind of like I love Family Guy, I love The Simpsons, I love Futurama. I I mean, I'm the cartoon fanatic in my family, so I'm the one that loves cartoons. And it's funny because a lot of people always say, "Why do you watch these cartoons?" Like why? So I loved the Aqua Teen for like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was like a very funny like series that it kind of made me think about McDonald's like fully all the time because the hamburger meat looked like a chicken nugget, the which is think I forget his name, but milkshake and fries were like look at a like pretty much just like the actual stuff. Um, Daryl, she was okay. The Boondocks, the Boondocks was pretty. Look, I loved how it was aired on Adult Swim, just because it was like very adulty, and I loved the storyline of like how the kids are surviving with their grandpa. It's because I mean I know this may sound crazy, but like I mean it's about how they like how they all look at like politics and race as brothers. Huey and Riley, Freeman, both voiced by Regina King, and their grandfather, Idris Hut Button, issued uncontroversial. I can't like say the words right. The Tick had never seen that one, so I don't know what that story's about. The Ren and Stumpy was very good show, and I think that the series was hilarious. Like the kids one and the adult one was both hilarious. I loved how the how they just like met all the cute girls and like pretty much like just start hanging out with them for like just to get attention from them. Like it was just kind of funny to me. Summer Jack was one of my definitely my favorite shows on Cartoon Network. um it's really sad that there's no more Summer Jack episodes like ever again, which really sucks because I would love to see an actual like big full series of what he's like, because of everything. I did not get to watch the episode 12, which is the last episode. So I'm gonna try to find that episode to watch it because I watched all of the other ones and I know what the story is about because like in the first episode, the mom like gives birth to like like a lot of babies, and I don't know if it was like 10 like girls. It was just all girls. Gravity Falls was really good show on on Disney Channel. I thought it was more like a kid friendly, but I loved how there's just like the ideas of being brother and sister trying to get through everything pretty much and trying to dissolve the world like you know I think it's just really funny that they've you know it's it's a really good show. Avatar was the best. um Avatar: The Last Airbender, which was the best series. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends, I never watched that series. Beavis and Butthead, fully watched every single episode, including the movie, and I thought that was like they're pretty hilarious because of what they do. They do stupid things, but they are just pretty much like it describes like like some of my family, because like my uncle, my cousins are just like Beavis and Butthead, like fully. So it kind of like made me think of them. So Adventure Time definitely reminds me of like Gravity Falls, just a little bit, but more like way more animation kind of style. And I think that I would love to see that if Gravity Falls and Adventure Time did a crossover. I think that'd be really cool. So I think that'd be kind of interesting. And then SpongeBob, I mean, he's funny. I mean, like once in a while he can be funny, or once in a while he can be stupid. But like both ways, he's a wonderful cartoon character that always made me feel like happy no matter what. He was more just like the oh, I'm gonna make this person better. King of the Hill was definitely one of the weirdest series that I ever watched. The Adventure Bros. This is gonna sound really, really crazy here. So I watched the Adventure Bros when I was like maybe 13 years old, and I learned that the do so I like kind of figured out that the female and the male guy with like the crown, like the king, like the yeah. So like the crown and queen and king, like I knew that they were like really kind of weird because the queen is actually a male, and like I could tell because I've heard like how the voice is compared to an actual girl voice, and less of it's because like I wonder if he's like if he or she is like transgender, and like that's what I'm kind of wondering about. You know, that's like what I really wonder about. Bob's Burgers was definitely it's still funny in somewhat. I'm still learning how to like you know I'm still learning how to like Bob's Burgers. I loved the series called Home Movies, and I thought that was the greatest. Um, you know, like I really loved the short cartoons that were made from home movies. That I thought they were pretty funny. Animaniacs, totally grew up on them, so I'm excited that they're coming back. Um, because like I'm so excited to actually watch the Animaniacs more often than anything. Um, I never watched BoJack Horseman, so I don't know what that story's about. Robot Chicken, I fully watched like almost every single episode. I love how Seth Green adds all of the best actors. Like he just adds like so many of them that are just hilarious and like I'm like you know enthusiasm, like really willing to do anything to be an actor. Archer, definitely one of the best series. Family Guy, also best series. Futurama. Batman the animated series, pretty good. I loved how Joker and like I just loved the whole entire story of that. I really never got to watch. I mean, like I never got to watch South Park in my childhood, so I really don't know things about South Park. All I know is like, just pretty much like So, like, I kind of like, I don't know. Like, Rick and Morty was definitely one of the best kind of like series in The Simpsons. Yeah. Simpsons was definitely my favorite kind of like, things. Um, that just kind of like made me want to like watch more of like, you know, actual adult cartoons because everyone always asks me like, what kind of adult cartoons have you watched as a kid. And so I'm gonna go into Wikipedia to find some really great, really, 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 really old cartoons. So my uncle has mentioned the Ghost in the Shell. I think that Ghost in the Shell was pretty cool. I honestly kind of thought that Hellsing was pretty cool. You know, I didn't, like I was just really kind of like into the most weirdest cartoons. And I watched oh, Fritz the Cat. So that one's another, kind of like really weird cartoon. Like like I don't even know how to react to them all because there's just so many like, cartoons that are so like not for kids. Um because like I don't watch kids cartoons. I try not to because it's just feels really kind of odd that oh my gosh, okay, that that it's that way. But sorry guys, I just saw something really weird. Uh but I've watched pretty much like all kinds of really, really, really just really funny, because like I don't know, it's it's just weird, you know. Um, all right, so I'm gonna find out some really amazing cartoons here. So Big Mouth was definitely like one of the best kind of like shows for for kids. I mean, no, not for kids, but I mean for adults and like teenagers. I think that was the best kind of thing that was actually created because of like, the responsibility of being an adult. So I think that I thought it was kind of weird and funny at the same time. But I also thought it was like, just weird, you know, because it was just, I don't know. It's probably just me. But there's a lot of things that are like very surprising that are, you know, I've been okay, so we're definitely going to be reacting to some Hello? That was quick. That was quick.